Welcome to a daily dose of good news on Friday, May the 1st. Perhaps we're beyond these April showers and get to all the flowers now. Our good news this morning comes from a familiar favorite psalm to so many, Psalm number 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord my whole life long. Here ends the reading. Uh-oh. There you go. I'm drinking from the saucer of life because my cup overflows. That was a favorite saying of one of the important people in my cloud of witnesses as a young boy. Bill Wright was a neighbor. He was a churchman. He was a professor at Capitol. I attended my first National Youth Gathering with his youngest son. And his great line, spoken so often, I'm drinking from the saucer of life because my cup overflows. Even after having heart disease, he would claim the same. I'm drinking from the saucer of life because my cup overflows. His wife preceding him in death, I'm drinking from the saucer of life because my cup overflows. Passages become important for me as well. It's not an uncommon awareness throughout the community and my family. I'm fairly quick to tears. And most often I'm crying not because I'm in pain or I'm sad. I'm crying out of joy. I'm crying because I'm drinking from the saucer of life as my cup overflows. Could be a momentous occasion in the life of my kids, a momentous occasion in the life of your kids. Could be the celebration of life of somebody we love. Most recently, what Shirley Doodle before all this started. My drinking from the saucer of life every Christmas Eve, really, as people come back and we share communion, my cup overflows. Have to tell you, it did the same at the conclusion of our Easter worship this year, even as we are sheltered at home. To have experienced throughout that week the Spirit among us still in God's Word. After that last service, I was drinking from the saucer of life as my cup overflowed. Despite challenges in my life, too, a broken engagement. Malia and I misfired the first time before getting married the second time. All the disruptions in our children's lives right now with this pandemic, difficult news of people around the world. And yet I'm drinking from the saucer of life as my cup overflows. We're having family time like we haven't had in I don't know how long. Malia and I are both still able to work and appreciate that greatly. Kids and families are healthy. We are drinking from the saucer of life as my cup overflows. And yet, as I think about that passage, it's not about me alone. It's not about my dear friend, Saint Bill Wright. It's about all of God's children. And it makes me think then about how that overflowing cup might fill others' cups and overflow for them as well. And so we do shelter, and we wear our masks, and we wash our hands so that our grace, the grace of God that we have with our health, might overflow to others and not be spread by this virus. And we overflow a bit with trying to get out and spend some money with local businesses, many of whom are struggling financially much more than we are. We're praying for one another, lifting one another up for the same grace of God that has blessed us, so that it might bless others as well. Because honestly, we're really not drinking from a full saucer of life until everyone's cup overflows. And so we claim that blessing that is ours despite challenges in each of our lives, and we look forward to how we might share that blessing with others in meaningful ways, so that in the end, we all might be drinking from the saucer of life as God overflows the cup of each with God's grace. Amen. No further announcements in the life of the congregation that I'm aware of. I think I mentioned yesterday that Carolyn Kramer's extended family is doing better out of the hospital, and people are getting stronger. So we are grateful for that. There is new opportunity. Welcoming people back into the church building for ministry activities, 10 people or less. Interested in a list of participants who's there so that we can share in the community-wide tracing that's going on in case there's an outbreak in any community, and we can help provide information as to where we've all been. We'll, of course, be social distancing while in the building. We'll be providing masks for the safety of each other. Plenty of hand sanitizer, and the bathroom sinks are always ready for your hands to be washed. So I hope you enjoy this Friday, that you may drink from the saucer of life as your cup overflows in some way, and find a way for that cup to overflow in generosity to others in your lives as well. Take care. Have a good day. Be safe. Be well. We'll talk to you again.